What I'm going to talk about is employee handing in a resignation. You have three options. When an employee comes to you and wants to quit, hands you a resignation, you can wish them the best, ask for any kind of feedback, do exit interviews, which is normal. Or you can walk into the door and say, don't ever come back. Don't recommend that option. The third option is find out what really is going on. It's easy for them to come to you and say, well, I guess they're offer, they're giving me more money and I'm leaving. That's very rarely actually the case, unless you're one of those companies that underpays your employees, which I can't help you there. But assuming you're giving them fair wage and decent culture and decent environment to work in, want to find out what's really going on. So best thing to do is ask them to sit down, talk to them a bit, find out what's going on. Could be something with the job location, drive, the commute's getting to be too much for them or her. Could be something along the lines of not getting along with fellow employees, or they're not feeling like they're getting the attention from management they should be. They're not getting rewarded the way they should be, not getting acknowledgement they think they should be. There's all kinds of things that be going on, and it's important to get to the root of that thing and take time with it. If this is an employee you really want to keep and have work for your company, make the investment to sit down with them, ask them, is this final? Is this what you really want to do? I recently had an employee come to me that wanted to leave, and they were offered some more money someplace else, and their family situation changed, and they needed the additional money. Someone's been with us for a little bit, and they're really grown, and they had a lot of potential. And I made a conscious decision to see if I could change things. I could tell quickly during the meeting that they didn't necessarily want to leave the company. They really did like working there, but at the same time, they have financial obligations and things like that. And it's not like you can always just give more money and that's that. But at the same time, you got to really analyze what they're looking for and how much more money and what does that mean for you? Because obviously everyone knows replacing an employee is not cheap. So throwing them more money is not usually a roadblock. But at the same time, you can't just every time someone comes to you just give them more money. That doesn't send the right message either. So having a sit down, spend the time with them, getting to know what's really at the root of the cause of why they're looking at leaving is critical. And again, if this is not an employee you want to keep, and it is best that you guys separate, then by all means, you want to have them leave on good terms. You still want to do the exit review process with them. You want to understand what could or maybe should be done differently, why they didn't want to stay there. But at the same time, you want to make sure they leave on good terms and you wish them the best, because it is a small world and paths do cross. We've had a number of employees over the years that have left the company and ended up coming back and came back on not just good terms, but also with a much better skill set and things that could really contribute to the company's growth. So, and at the same time, you can all imagine what happens when someone leaves upset and they get on Glassdoor, one of those other ridiculous websites, and just start slamming companies just because they're disgruntled for whatever reason. So it's just always a good idea to find out what's really going on, get to the root of it. Whether or not you want them to stay is up to you in this current situation. But I can't recommend enough to really sit down and take the time, whether hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, to really get to the root of what's going on. And figure it out, because another thing to think about is if they're leaving and they do have a situation or a reason why they're leaving other than commute, job, whatever, they're relocating, things like that, you might have a deeper problem than what you realize. So getting that information, even if you can't save that employee with the company, it might save additional ones from leaving. So all I can do is really recommend that you spend the time to find out why they're leaving, what's going on out there, and take the best action you can to alleviate it if it is a real problem with your company.